Hey, yo, what up, what up? This Lord Mav. Trying to get it done quick, right? It's Lord Mav, Black Moon Pack, Black Moon everything out this bitch, representing real nigga news. Um, the last episode I recorded, right? I recorded that shit. Let me get this shit back. Last episode I recorded, I put it up, and it took maybe 2 days to upload. So I'm trying to keep this shit short. But you know, I be talking, I be ranting, fucked up hair files. I do it big. We gonna upgrade. Y'all gonna have to watch this shit go, cause it's not gonna be down here forever. That shit gonna be climbing and climbing, right? So I'm here with a couple facts that I wrote down. I was supposed to do this shit before when it was fresh in my mind, but shit got wiped, so I forgot. So I wrote it down, and this is what it is. So I was watching the news like 2 days ago, and there was a couple things that came up, and I only watched it for a couple minutes, and I wrote down the things that I had a problem with or had an opinion on, and that's how the real nigga news shit got started anyway. Cause I was just sitting there one day watching the news, and I'm like, yo, this shit crazy, and the shit they be telling us is retarded. So I'm like, yo, whatever, I'ma do it. So the first topic or the first thing that showed up that I had a problem with, it was like Cuomo. Shit said Cuomo, he stopped the exemption for religious people, religious organizations, where it's like, oh, I'm Christian, I don't want to get a person vaccinated. That's the policy, or that was the policy for New York, is that you can be exempt from vaccination but still participate in technically state-funded things, and you'll still be able to, like, I'm gonna make it real specific. You'll be able to send your kid to school even though you didn't get them vaccinated because you say you're Christian or Muslim or some shit like that. You don't believe in it religiously. It's against your religious beliefs, but they end in that. So my position already was that nobody really gets sick from the things that they talking about, and nobody gets sick because that's hygiene. I already explained before, if you listen to the Anchor podcast, that these things don't exist anymore because our hygiene has upgraded. These things came to be. If you don't believe that the government is making this stuff, then when you go back in history, because shit goes hand in hand. That's why I say that. But if you go back in history, you'll see when all of these diseases popped up, it was in a time where the motherfucking people running the earth was as filthy as they could possibly be. And that's why the diseases popped up, shit that the earth never seen before. Because niggas wasn't clean. Everything they was doing was against nature, as well as not washing. You know what I mean? So that's that right there. How you say, it was another position where it's like they ending the spiritual shit. Like, first it's been a long road. Spirituality is what it is, right? Wherever you at, that's what it is. The Bible is, read the Bible and follow what it says. There's laws and there's things you're supposed to do. And then religion comes in and makes it about kind of the church in all senses. It's just about the church. The church is everything, and you can't get to God without the church. So come to me and keep me running and make everything about me. So that leads people to be corrupt, and now the system itself is trying to break down the church, which is really the only thing that the masses has as a connection to any kind of spirituality, because everything is about the fucking world. But I'm gonna move on because this show already hit 4 minutes, and I don't want to have to sit here for another 18 days. So the next thing was about white people being mad about the rent. The fucking white people mad about the rent being too high, right? In New York, after all this gentrification now. The funny thing is, a couple years ago when I seen white people moving in and I seen Fort Greene start to go from brownstones and projects to condos, I said a thing where I'm like, they gonna move in and everything gonna get increased, and then they going turn back and they gonna be like, oh, the rent is too high, so we need to cut that down. So I didn't say that specifically, but basically I was like, white people gonna move in, the rent gonna be so high that black people gonna have to move to the southern states, and then they gonna stabilize the rent to where it can't increase past a certain amount. Because right now niggas is eating, but that can't last forever because it's corrupt in itself. But you already got the masses of black people leaving. Minorities, they all leaving because the shit getting too high for the work that they do. And then they have to change their whole life just to survive in a place where You used to just have to work. Niggas used to work 2 jobs and be able to make it. Now you're going to have to work 4, trying to pay the rent that you're trying to pay, unless you got some program. But then you got to be under specific circumstances to get those things. So it's just funny that it happened, just like I said. And that's the reasoning. Get everybody out. It's many levels to this shit. Of course, white people come in, pay what they pay. But after years of that, they going to get tired and be mad. Yeah, that's that. You got the system trying to get black people out of the cities. So they raising the rent everywhere in the cities, putting you in the southern places. I don't know the reason yet, but I'll figure it out. But they ran this shit crazy. Niggas said we gonna build everything we want to build. Had these niggas come funding the shit out this place. And then we gonna kick all the black people out through rent reasons. And then we gonna lower the rent back. It's not gonna be as low as it was before, but it's not gonna be as high as it is now. If it's 2,000 for a 1-bedroom standard, then we talking 1,500 to 1,000 for a bedroom, when the rent is stabilized. That's that. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was, sorry about the last thing I wanted to talk about was the oil attacker. The oil tanker attack. Sorry about that. It was an oil tanker, right? I believe a U.S. oil tanker. And I didn't get all the information on these things because it was just a one-time news viewing. I was supposed to go back and look at it, but I forgot. And that's the reason why this shit is not as detailed as it could be. But I'm glad, because I don't want to have to sit here for another 18 days. So this shit even on the paper says find more info, find your position. But I'm going to take my position now because they talking about the oil tanker got hit and Trump was trying to blame Iran, And my position, because I know where it lands in my head, it's like they constantly trying to find reasons to go to war with people, constantly cutting people off. And that's because it's about to be that time to pick sides again. I strongly believe World War III is going to come up at least before I'm 50. I'll say that just to make it a little broader. But I would say before I'm 35, we're going to see, and I'm 25 now, so in a 10-year span, we might see World War III. That's how I feel. But I say by the time before I'm 40, this shit gonna kick off. So that niggas is trying to get their conflicts up so everybody could pick a side and the sides will be defined, and the niggas who don't fuck with each other ain't gonna have to fuck with each other, ain't gonna have to fuck with each other just because they did last time. Because that's where we at now, really. Whoever was over there, they kind of still over there unless they got conquered in some way. And then everybody who was allies is still kind of allies, even though shit been kind of weird through everything. Relations just been weird over the years. You talk all that shit about Obama, but a lot of war went down. He talking to the motherfucking leaders. All the poor places hate us. For real. Not like poor, but like if your shit wasn't fucking capitalism or democracy, then you probably don't like us right now. For real. And that's just what that is. So that's fucking real nigga news, man. These niggas trying to take us over. Watch out. Watch the news. Niggas talking about them watch the news. I seen motherfuckers like, not even seen like, I seen people just watch the news for the weather. But then I noticed when the news comes on, the weather comes on first. Why? Because they know niggas have waited up till 10 o'clock to see the weather for tomorrow. They know niggas have woken up at a certain time to get their view of the weather before they leave out for work. So that's why it has to come first, because that's what niggas be looking for the news for. But other than that, niggas don't be watching the stories. And you gotta watch the stories even if they lying, because either it happened or it didn't happen. And certain things about the story is gonna let you know about the way that they spin it, whether or not it's one of those. And then you got their side of the story is either true or it's not true after figuring out if the shit even happened. So their story will let you know the agenda of, I'll take that back. Their story and the way that they spin it will let you know the agenda of the country, because the country runs the media, Easiest way, what motherfuckers do, that shit coming up on 10 minutes, I'm about to end it, but the easiest way for niggas to fake some shit is to do it through third parties. You learn that with crime and shit, where niggas be fucking laundering money and shit. You put shit through other things, and that's what America has done. So it's real nigga news. I'm Lord Mav, representing the black moon. Shit is high above. The black line shites and it shows you the truth of the earth. I'm from the Black Moon Pack. I represent the Black Moon Nation. A couple years, this shit gonna be Black Moon Earth, nigga. I'm out. Peace.